What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Scott Boys. I'm with Chris and Eddie. How are we doing, guys?
Hiya.
What's up?
We're here with Sunday's podcast, the week one season discussion for season 2 of the 1v1 circuit. So, guys, how do we enjoy the first week?
Oh, I liked it.
It went really well.
You
honestly.
two enjoyed it. You two actually won your games. Yeah.
Shamalama ding dong.
Sorry, what'd you say?
No, I said, well, you know, it's quite nice winning once in a while.
Well, I'm guessing something's completely wrong with Jack's mic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had one being an idiot.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
So what were we saying?
Eddie said it was nice to win once every often.
Eddie never wins, does he?
No.
No.
Eddie never wins.
I
Right, so
wield a power divine.
first thing we're going to talk about is Division 2. Division 2 is going to get a lot more of a focus this season because last season didn't get any focus. Then Jay showed up and wrecked everybody
Yeah.
because nobody knew who the hell he was.
Mhm.
This is to prevent that happening again. Well, not prevent it, but at least give us a warning we're going to get anally raped.
So,
Well, we already
So-
know who's in Division 2, so we know who's going to come up and anally rape us.
Oh, fuck's sake, Randy. Why do I always have somebody down in that division that's going to kill us?
looking forward to seeing you, Randy Sama.
No, Eddie, we all know who you want to see. Team Cass.
Yeah, Team Cass!
Chris don't want to see Team Cass. Chris wants to avoid Team Cass like the plague.
It's the true underdog story.
Right, so start off with Division 2 discussion. The first game of the week, the kick off Season 2, we saw Randy take on Ray. Randy came out on top 2-0. I think that's kind of what everyone was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't convincing, apparently. Well, obviously, we're going to have to go off of parents and what we hear from the players. From what the players have said, it wasn't a convincing set for Randy. Randy didn't look good. Game 1, it was normal. Randy took the game like expected. Easy, quickly and sweep, 10 minutes. Game 2 was a half-an-hour game. So, what does that what kind of look does that put on Randy?
That
He's
not
struggling
playing that
against
well,
Ray.
very- It just
He's-
puts on that he's probably not going to stay top if he struggles.
Eddie, what do you think this like shows for Randy? Is this a bad sign, or do you think this is a blip and he'll like improve? He'll get a bit better.
Well, obviously, having scrimmed Randy a couple of times, I don't think that this is going to be a bad sign. I mean, he still won. We must not forget that Ray is still a good player. Obviously not as good as Randy, but well, I think perhaps it was just a slip up. I think that we won't see worse from Randy than we did before, but even better, perhaps.
I totally agree with that. I think
Anubis, god of the
I feel like
dead.
maybe it was a
Your
bit of
power will be
underestimating
mine.
players. Maybe thinking we just could even just glance through this. Like maybe it was maybe a wake up to go, and it's good that it happens in week 1 that they get the wake up call, because then you can change it for the rest of the league. It's got 14 more weeks of competition to impress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now on to Eddie's favorite kind of game. It's Team Cass
Team
versus Philip.
Cass!
Chris, you're very aware of Philip. Talk us through Philip. Tell us a bit about Philip, Chris, because you're more aware of him than me and Eddie are.
Well, Philip is a great person. Like, he plays very well. And if he's playing certain gods, it's quite hard to properly go against them. Yeah.
Which kind of gods? What gods are these? What gods are they?
Well, I can't remember the gods I played against Philip, honestly, back in like that 1v1 thing, not Daze's thing, you know.
That was a shambles. Yeah.
Yeah, but that one. Yeah, I don't remember what I played against, what Philip played those matches. Yeah,
No,
but I
like,
heard
apart
from
your friends.
Another time.
I heard from a friend that his Shark and Zeus is really good. Like, it was very hard to get away from his Shark, and his Zeus, like, early game, it seemed like an average kind of player's Zeus. And then when it came to late game, it was like, I can't do anything to him. He's just killing me so easily.
Well, that is
Ow.
a mate. So.
Chronos. Another time.
Right, I'm gonna talk through Cass. Cass is
Yeah,
he's
'cause some
never
of us
been
don't know.
he's never been mechanically gifted at a game before, but he's picked up Smite like there's no more. He's played the game for about 2 months.
TikTok.
There's a Grandmaster's account on Xbox already. That's how much dedication he's putting into. He's putting dedication because he wants revenge on Chris for costing him in the Halo tournament. And that is the greatest story that I didn't even have to try and plan this story. It just happened.
Team Gas, the true underdog story.
And that's why we can hear Eddie screaming Team Cass, yeah. I'm personally Team Chris. Personally.
I'm Team Cass because I love a great underdog story. Nothing
I'm
against you,
Team
Chris.
Chrissy.
I don't know if Team Cass is underdog. He could be better than me. He
But
might
he's
have more
still the
mechanical
underdog.
skill than me.
He's still the
He's
underdog
in
because
Division
he's
2.
from Division
He's
2.
in Division 2. And I'm
So what?
Chris,
Randy's
Chris,
in
I'm-
Division 2. He's not the fucking underdog. Everyone
Yes,
knows
he
he's
is.
gonna come up later on and
Yeah,
fucking
Randy's-
wreck our
Ran-
lives.
Randy's the underdog story that nobody wants to see.
Cass is the
Stay
underdog
down
story
Division
I want
2.
to see.
I still don't understand how just being in Division 2 means you're an underdog when we all know once they fucking come up to this division, we're screwed.
To be fair, was Jay an underdog?
Yeah, he was.
My point
No.
exactly. Like, how can you turn around and say, "Oh, it's an underdog story," when we all know he's gonna fucking come up and completely shite on our fucking lives?
Maybe I
Then
just
she
want to
just
see.
turn around and say,
Maybe I just
"You
want to
might
see Cass
have
shite on you.
Division 1."
Speak for yourself, you two. Speak for yourselves.
Yeah, Eddie, you're gonna get fucking raped by both of them.
I don't care
Still Team
because
Cass.
Team
Eddie's
Cass.
still Team Cass.
You're looking at the Grand
Don't
Slam.
worry, Chris. I'm Team Chrissykins.
No, I don't care what team you're on. I just don't like the fact that it's meant to be an underdog story. Like, still,
don't
he's
care-
fucking
you don't
good
care
at
about
Smite.
me.
You're in
You
the
don't care.
Grand
Jack, I do care about you. I
Slam
just don't
slam.
care what team anyone's
care
on.
about you,
I'm
Jack.
just trying to say that he is a bloody underdog. If he's beating people like Philip with 2 months of playing Smite, then there's no bloody way on earth he's an underdog.
Not in that division. But he will be
Yeah,
when he
Ben,
comes up to
okay,
us.
okay, now let me just say
he's
this,
the
yeah?
dean. He's the dean.
Jay, Randy,
He's the dean of
they-
that division.
Yeah, but Randy and Jay, they were both in Division 2. Jay's
No,
come
but-
to Division 1, but
Look,
do you really think
wait,
he was an
wait.
underdog?
Guys, I've noticed something. Division 2, they just replaced Jay and Dean. We got Jay and Dean and they replaced him with Randy and Cass. They're exactly the same. Cass is just so much better than the rest of them, but Randy's just sitting up on top. That's literally what Jay and Dean's story was. Dean was better than everybody, but then there was Jay.
Dean was better than everyone, and then Jay's like, "Bitch, you forget I'm here."
Bitch, sit down. Sit down in second place. Kind of what
Bitch,
Jay
they
did to
might
the
be
rest.
your seats, but you're my seat.
Kind of what Jay did to me.
Obviously.
Bitch, sit down in second place.
Just like, I'm gonna win. My only
I
competition
wield
right
the
now is
power
truly
to
Michael,
hark.
and Jay just comes out and be like, "Bitch, you got me now. Can't do nothing. Eat
Fuck.
it."
Right. So
Even
Cass-
without Night.
Cass won this game 2-0, right? And Cass took game 1 in 8 minutes and took game 2 in 10 minutes. But he played Chronos both games. He played Chronos both games. Now with the new patch coming out where Kronos isn't as strong at chasing people down, he's still good at it, but he has to give up items to do it now. He has to get an item to be able to chase people down. Will this affect Cass, or do you think Cass has got a wider god pool and will he be able to keep up the momentum he's gotten from this game?
Team Cass will be okay.
I bet you he's got a larger god pool. I bet you. He's gonna be one of those people that you just think, oh, he's got one god, let's ban it, and then he brings out 99 other gods that just shrek your day.
Even though there's not 99 other gods in the game. There's only
Do you think
83
I
other
care
gods
how many
apart
there
from
are?
Kronos. There's only 83 more, and you ban Kronos.
Do you think I
Thank you
really
very
care how
much.
many more there are?
Yes.
I just gave a random number. You don't have to, like, tell me.
Chris, you're a noob.
Right, okay.
Technically 84 when the 4th season comes out. Ha! You even
No.
wrong.
Because
We'll go
Zembo
on.
comes out one patch later.
Yeah, bitch.
I was told it comes out the same patch, thank you very
Yeah.
much, so don't get it wrong.
Well, okay. We'll go on to the next game because this is turning really bad. Lotad versus Adam. Now, Chris, talk us about Lotad.
There's not really much to say. I've only seen him play against Philip and Adam, and that's the only times I've seen him play Smite. He used to play on PC, but told me absolutely nothing about it. Didn't tell me his god pool. All he said is, by the way, I've been watching your Smite series and your team training, and there's 3 people I truly like. And then I just cut me, you, and Jay.
Ouch.
Don't worry, Eddie.
Well, I'm his friend, Eddie. He's obviously gonna put me in there, and Jay and Jack are like the best out of all of us. And he does like someone that he has a chance to beat. He wants true competition, that's all I can say. He's a competitive person.
Ouch.
I like you, Eddie. Don't worry.
Thank you. I like you too, Jack.
When you don't beat
Let's-
his scrim partner.
Yeah, don't beat my scrum partner, please. That wasn't very nice.
Well, sorry about that.
You're just making it look like Jack's a really bad scrim partner that doesn't help his other person out.
To be fair, I haven't scrimmed him yet.
Oh, never
Haven't
mind
scrimmed
then.
Jay either yet.
Haven't scrimmed
Yeah,
JoJo
no.
yet.
Nobody's scrimming right now. What's the fucking point?
I noticed one thing. I think the only person out of any of us who has tried asking for their scrim partner is Luke.
Luke.
And Dean's just like, I'm only fucking stuck with you because no one was left. I don't want to scrim you.
That's hey, you should. I wish we can edit because I don't want to keep that in this. Like, I feel bad for Luke now. For you just shouting that out.
No, but like seriously, let's be honest.
Like you, do you know how happy Luke was to have a
together.
scrim partner?
It kind of was thrown together. I think. Tell me this: who would you rather have, Luke or Randy?
Randy.
Okay. Now let me just say this, yeah. Why are we bringing Randy into this? There's
Because
Dean and
Dean could
Luke.
have just scrimmed Randy.
Randy.
That Dean would have been happy not to scrim anybody from this league. He would have just scrimmed Randy the entire time.
Randy.
But I interfered, so banner.
Randy.
I think I prefer to scream like Cass.
Team Cass.
Just
Oh,
so like
right.
it's not like I want to learn his god pool or anything.
You just want to get his revenge out the way, don't you?
Yeah, basically, and just turn around to Eddie and say it's done. Piss off.
Right. So let's talk about Adam. But Adam's, what's the one notable fact about Adam? He's best friends with Michael.
Yeah, that was the like once you know that, it's kind of obvious about everything else. I think.
Yeah, he's not as good as Michael. Doesn't have Michael's aimbot.
He doesn't play Michael's aim plot. He plays Michael's role.
Good point. So, Lotad 2-0 this, and Chris, you've got to see the game, so I'll let you lead the game, like the discussion on this game.
Well, what I saw, it was like the first game, was a very close game between the two. Like, I don't remember how many kills were in the first game, I'll admit that. But all I know is one Phoenix was almost down when, like, Lota's Phoenix was down at one point against the Rajin, like, and Lota was Medusa. And next thing you know, like, it just turned around, Lota was getting a couple of kills, killing the Rajin out when Rajin was building, like, physical protection, I think, at this point. And then Lota got the Phoenix, and then it turned out to be a surrender because it was a 40-minute time, like, period when you die, and he died, he had fire minions, and Adam only had normal minions, so I think he kind of knew he had lost at that point. Second game was Cupid versus... what was it?
Artemis.
The gods don't matter, Chris. The gods don't matter. Just talk about the game.
I keep the old ways.
Oh yeah, it was Cupid versus Shablanke. And it was a 7-0 kind of sweep kind of way. Like, Shablanke got the tower, but couldn't go anywhere near the Phoenix.
Artemis.
And Lota was just constantly
Artemis.
going forward, staying in the middle, killing the Shablanke when he came near, or trying to kill the Shablanke when he came near. There was quite a few parts where I think Adam got out skillfully, or Lota had mucked up a shot. But other times I felt like it was either skill or just bad luck or lag, I don't know. One of those, and then Lota just, like, got the Phoenix and killed the the Titan.
So, overall, Lotad had a good, decent performance.
Just about, I think.
So, does that suggest that
better
he'll
than
be...
performance, I'm just saying that.
Does that suggest he'll be in the spot that we thought he's going to be in between that second and fifth? That little miss-up between anyone can finish anywhere in that spot, no spots.
Pretty much, yes, I think so. Because I feel that he played a lot better in the second game than he played against Philip.
What about Adam? How's this looking for Adam?
Well, I'm just now. If Adam Rajin more than what it was at the late game, I think Adam can actually start winning games against that Rajin. Look to beat from the start of the match. Think about the 15-minute mark. Then at the minute mark, it looked like Phil was kind of going lower, or it just looked like it was getting harder to kill the Medusa. Like, sometimes he was using ults a bit too early. His ults actually were doing a lot of damage to my friend. I will admit that, which is another reason why I feel like he could go places if he used other gods like that and go slightly better with them.
So, Eddie, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope, because I didn't see the match. I can't really say anything, and I also don't know the people.
Alright, so we'll move on to games which are much more interesting to watch, or listen to talk about.
Or is the only thing you can watch.
Division 1.
The only matches you can watch.
Let's start off with Chris versus Luke.
Oh god.
That kicked off, and Chris has one god in his god pool. Confirmed.
Yes, only one. Luke has 2 confirmed gods that shouldn't be in his god pool. I'm joking, Luke.
Well, game one started off with controversy, Chris.
Yeah, no, that was a joke. I did say I'm joking.
Eddie, did you catch this game at all?
No, I didn't catch the match. I'm sorry. I was at
Cupid versus Arachne game 1. Luke DCs at the start of the game. Chris doesn't pause. Chris just keeps on playing. Doesn't pause.
Excuse me, I wasn't even level 4 when Luke joined back.
Wow.
And he dings level 4 just as Luke gets back in.
Oh wow. That is actually like, shouldn't Luke
talk us through your opinion. Talk us through your opinion.
Yeah, shouldn't, like, we have the rule that every player has 2 pauses, and I believe when someone DCs, he can just call a pause right there.
No.
No. The rule of two
'cause
pauses is only if you need to do something
you-
during
no,
the game.
no. The rule of the pause is you have to pause. If Luke's not able to pause, it's up to the other player to pause for him. If the other player doesn't want to give up one of his pauses for Luke, that's fine.
Well, I find that to be odd, but okay.
Also, the fact
never get
that
that
if you
out of
think about it, Luke DC'd in Aaron's game. Aaron paused. Look what happened in their game. Do you
So,
really
It
think
it was a
I'm
fair
going
game,
to
Chris.
risk?
Aaron, no, but Aaron threw the game off the pause.
Exactly.
Aaron
Do you
lost
really
all his
think I'm going
momentum
to
due
pause a
pause.
game and then through the game?
But it was at
Because
the
his
beginning of the
arachne
first
is
game. There
something
was no momentum you could have lost there, Chris.
No, but
Yeah,
Eddie,
but if his arachne
what-
bloody gets
Eddie,
ahead of me,
Eddie,
I would have lost.
Eddie, if Chris paused, I would have lost the plot with him if he paused. I went on a huge rant about the fact that you don't pause for your opponent. You take that fucking shit and you take it to the bank.
Well,
Jack, if you
you win
remember,
that-
you
you
have
win that
have
game.
already done that for you've already ranted to me about that from last
You'll
season.
never get that
Yeah,
out of me.
you win that you take that shit and you win the game.
Well,
Even
It's tough
Luke was
luck.
okay
It's
with it because
tough
he
luck.
knows
It's
it.
tough luck. The other person DC's, that's bad luck, but it's not your problem. You win the game.
what?
You just gotta win the game. At the end of the day. 3 points is 3 points. And it puts Chris, and Chris needed the 3 points. Let's be serious, he needed it.
Yeah, because you're against Luke next. I'm against Jay.
If Chris didn't get 3
You'll
points out of
never
it, I would
get
have put him in
that
a
out of
bad spot.
You'll never get
So,
that out of me.
I agree with your decision, Chris, but not to pause.
Thank you. Like, I will admit, in the game I felt like a bit of a dick, but then I explained to Luke how if I had paused, I would have probably been in a worse position than I would have been. And Luke understood it afterwards. He said it's fine.
It gave you the lead you needed to be able to deal with early game arachne.
But then I
That's
will
fine.
say this, Jack. Sometimes the early game arachne didn't fully 100% work.
I'm just saying. Okay, so game 2 was much more close. It was a Cupid versus Freya matchup, and
Much more
I
close.
personally think this game was really good to watch. And I personally think you had a great performance. Your timing on abilities was godlike. Apart from the time you dashed into Phoenix.
Yeah, no, that was... I already knew that after I died
Hello?
then...
Hello?
Yeah.
Lag, Chris, why'd you dash into a Phoenix?
Let me just say, I had completely forgotten the length of a dash and had to do it very quickly, or else I would have died anyway. And I didn't aim it correctly because I forgot I turned my sensitivity down.
It was almost as bad as. Let me
Thinking
think
of
of
it.
something else. It was almost as bad as you going to the wrong side of the map on Conquest because you forget what side we're on.
Shut up about that.
Nope.
Right.
Sorry, sorry, I had something stuck
So-
in
Speaking
my
of
stuck in my
nobody,
throat.
you forget all of your bits.
So Eddie, you've got a lot of game knowledge, right?
Hmm.
And matchups and that.
Yeah.
Cupid versus Freya. What's the matchup like there?
Cupid versus Freya. I believe Freya could have won that. Probably even should have won that. Yes, Freya should have won that.
A lot of the time we saw Luke missing his basics, but when he was hitting his basics, Chris was still hitting him even though Luke had haste and fatalis.
Well, the thing is just Freya should be able to
Luke
shred.
wasn't,
Like
Luke
Freya
wasn't
should.
swerving that, that's the only issue.
The thing is, Freya should be able to shred through Cupid's way faster than Cupid shreds through Freya. Not only that, but a good Freya basically renders Cupid's ultimate useless because she will just wait with her ult till he ults, and that's his ult gone, and
Yeah,
she gets free damage.
no. Luke did do that a couple of times.
Like,
But then
That's
also
why-
try to go for kills with the ult, and then got caught out with the Cupid ult on land.
yeah, exactly. Like that's what you shouldn't do. You should always wait with that ults. But usually Freya should be winning that matchup, especially if you like,
Okay.
perhaps get online one Magi's Blessing perhaps for the hard bomb. That would be enough. Like,
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I don't usually see Cupid winning that.
Right, we'll move on to the second game of the week. We saw JoJo take on Dean. This was a split. They split this 1-1, right down the middle. Dean finally
JoJo.
arrived, and I felt really bad for Chris. You remember what I said during the podcast? Dean fought so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
No, you almost sang Metallica.
No, but I felt so bad for saying that right after Dean split, because all I could feel was Dean going, yeah. I thought it didn't matter, Jack.
Yeah, but Jack, I feel bad now because remember the song I sang.
Right, Chris, that's not.
Okay,
But,
never
yeah,
mind. Screw
The surprising thing in this game was Dean took game 1.
Okay, that is surprising.
Because JoJo stupidly let Thanatos through.
Oh,
Like,
I see.
I thought this was like the rule of thumb: don't give Dean Thanatos a soul,
Yeah.
and you give Dean Thanatos, and he kills you over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, JoJo, what the fuck? Game 2 came out and JoJo stomped him. It was a 6-minute surrender. Because JoJo decided, let's go back to season 1 strats, Chiron it up. So, Eddie, I'll go straight to you with the matchups. Game 1 was a Thanatos versus an Artemis matchup. What is the matchup like there? JoJo was counterpick.
Where was the
Thanatos versus Artemis.
Obviously,
That matchup.
JoJo was first pick and then got countered pick, so I'm just letting you know so you don't think JoJo's a complete idiot.
Like, that matchup is probably going to be won in like 90% of the games by the Thanatos.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, first of all, Artemis has no way to get away. That's the first thing. Like, especially when she gets hit by that scythe, she gets slowed even more. That's really rough for her. The silence on Thanatos 3 can fuck her up as well. I reckon if the Artemis can, well, obviously, to be honest, a Magi's Blessing or a Beats is all it needs to counter her ultimate, and after that, I don't know, you would have to hit every basic on the Artemis and be the luckiest bastard with your crits in order to win that.
Chris, add a bit more to the players themselves. Why do you think JoJo would let through Dean Thanatos? Because you're a scrim partner, so you maybe have is there something else he's scared of? Maybe because he did ban the soul, but he banned the circuit.
I'm gonna say this, yeah. Part of me feels like JoJo watched a certain game and knew of a Sasuke's move, and I think you know what game I'm talking about, Jack. So don't ask me, because I honestly haven't spoken to JoJo since my last scrim, and this was like ages ago in season 1, so I have no idea what his mindset was. But I'm reckoning that he wanted to play Artemis because he felt like his Artemis is getting better, yeah? But the taunt on Circuit is abysmal, that you just can't attack the Circuit. 1v1, the taunt is just really good, so if you get caught and you don't have your beads up, you can be somewhat screwed as an Artemis. So I'm guessing JoJo just wanted to play Artemis.
Well, talking about Circuit, like, obviously taunt is really good, but then again you need to think.
Also the poison.
Yeah, you need to think about Circuit is one of the squishiest, if not the squishiest assassin there is.
Yeah, but there's one thing you forget though. I've played Dean Circuit, and that wasn't really squishy.
Well, I've also
I
played
remember
Dean
I played with Jing Wei,
Yes.
and my Jing Wei does heavy damage. Yeah, it was pretty hard for me to kill that Circuit.
I've
Not
also-
mainly because of it being
Chris.
squishy, but because of its speed.
I've also played Dean Circuit before, and she's actually the only god of Dean I've ever beaten. So
Well, that's pro. Did you play a warrior?
no, I played another assassin. Ain't gonna spoil who it is, but I played another assassin.
I didn't think everyone with a brain knows who the fuck you played. Right. Okay. So game 2.
Who did I play?
Do you want me to spoil it?
Spoil it, come on.
Bakasura.
No.
Yes, Jack has a brain.
Okay, maybe.
Alright, so let's talk about game 2. Joker's got the Chiron, and ended up playing against Dean's Apollo. So, any insights to the matchup there? Is it pretty even, or is it?
I'm actually not
Or
sure,
is
to be
there-
honest. Like, let me think for a second. This matchup is interesting because, obviously, Chiron has. I don't know. This one's actually pretty interesting. I think this could go either way. I'm actually leaning towards Chiron though, just because of the ult. Obviously, Apollo can get in and out of sticky situations with his ult, but
Yeah.
if push comes to shove, and they both ult, a Chiron will win that fight simply because Apollo in the animation of going into the ult is at his most vulnerable, while Chiron, when he's in his ult, is immune to damage and immune to everything.
He's not immune to damage. He's immune to death. He can't die.
Yeah.
He can't die. He can't die till the ult's over. He can't die till the ult's over. And he
Yeah,
can be
that's what I
revived
mean.
if he kills somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I believe Chiron has a slight edge, but not really that much, to be honest. Like, it's a pretty even. Like, I believe in this matchup, whoever wins the first fight probably wins the match.
Well, Chris, talk us through JoJo's mindset on talk us through JoJo and Chiron. Just JoJo play.
I don't think I played the Chiron.
No, you've played against Chiron before, Chris.
Oh, okay. Don't remember his Chiron really.
That was the first game you ever played against him, and he shreked your Neath. He was your best god back then. He absolutely demolished your Neath into the ground.
Okay.
Well, no, he played the old kind of style that he had, the really ultra aggressive style. Is this like the old JoJo coming back with his new skill, or is this just him with Chiron? He's just really aggressive.
Oh god. The only thing I could say is if I actually saw him and screamed him recently, I'd be able to tell you. But right now, all I can really say is I think it's just his Chiron being very aggressive, because that's how his Chiron is played best, or that's how he plays Chiron best.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, you could say it could have been JoJo being nervous about the first loss and wanting to actually win game 2. So he probably played ultra aggressive.
Which is odd when we talk about JoJo losing game 1s and winning game 2s.
Yeah, exactly. So he probably thought to himself, shit, I lost a game 1, I need to do something, and he probably thought that the best way to actually win game 2 and actually get a point is to play an ultra aggressive god, or his ultra aggressive god. That's all I
Okay.
can think.
Okay. Third game we saw was Eddie vs Aaron. Now, I don't want to lead this. I want you two to talk about this game. So, what do we say?
That's kind of hard, though. That'd be
Eddie?
kind of hard for me to talk about it.
Eddie, talk us through game one.
Okay, well, game one. Give me a second. Who did Aaron pick again? Let me think. I'm thinking. Who did Aaron go? This is... Oh, he went Uller. Right. He went Uller. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Game one, he played Uller. I played Hoonbots. Talking about the matchup, I got to counter pick. Yeah, I do not really feel like Hoonbots is a counter to Uller.
Yeah, but Humboldt is just fucking OP.
Well,
If you think about it, if you get your ult off, then fucking hell. Do heavy damage, they're gone. Suicide.
well, yeah. But obviously, like, this matchup was very dependent on who hit his combos better, who comboed off better, and the problem that Uller has in the matchup against Hoonbats is Uller is
Guys, you two just keep discussing that, and I'll be back in a minute. I need to make a phone call.
sure.
Okay.
Uller is more of a damage over time
Aggressive
god.
combo?
Well, like, you can obviously use your 3 in both stands, do a lot of damage, but you're never gonna kill them like that. You need to hit a few basics as well. While Hoonbats
No, that's obvious.
Yeah.
But Humboldts, you just need to
Hoonbats is
use
a-
your monkey, go close, and do your other moves, I think.
right, Hoonbats
Is it
is
the
a very
monkey part?
burst heavy god. That's why.
But then the other thing is, I'm just saying this now, I'm probably totally wrong, but has Aaron even played Ula that much?
That I didn't know.
Because, like, he might play on Xbox, but on PS4, I don't think I've ever seen him touch Ula.
I don't know, but he was.
Has he played Ula in any other match?
I don't know. I mean, he was hitting his abilities okay, so it wasn't too shabby.
Yeah, but then Aaron is mechanically skilled, so that could just be his skill coming into it.
As I said, I don't know.
Or he stole Michael's aimbot for part and parcel of it.
Anyway, talking about the early game of the match, I got absolutely shot on early game. I believe he was 2 or 3 kills up on me. I got first blood, but he also got the counter kill right away through minions. And then he got I believe 3 more kills after, because Hoonbats' early game is a bit meh, while Ula's early game is
It's not the best.
strong. Yeah, Ula's early game is stronger. So I got kind of destroyed early game, but I managed to keep up in levels due to buff security and wave clear and stuff like that. And I believe when I hit level 10, I'm trying to think what started changing this. I started to get kills. Oh, I started to get kills because I had full Jotun's Wrath. That's when I started getting kills. That's when the match kind of turned around, and from that point on, I kind of snowballed hard. So, yeah.
Game 2.
Game 2 was Aaron got to counterpick. I went Afro. Aaron went Thanatos.
Okay. Now, Afro is pretty good, I think, against Santos. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, here's the thing. If
Obviously, the ult you can't really do much with, like, against with an Aphrodite back off. because if
Oh.
he executes you, you're done.
Oh, the Thanatos ult isn't a problem. The Thanatos ult you can just cancel with an Afro ult.
Oh no, that I understand, but what I mean is, if you don't have ult up, you can't use a backup for an execution, yeah?
Oh
You can
yeah,
use
but
your ult,
Chris,
yeah?
can you do me a favour and you two finish off the podcast so emergencies come up for me?
Okay.
So can you two just do the rest of the topics? I'm gonna keep my recording on so my viewers can listen to you, but I'm not gonna be able to come back.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
go through the rest of the topics. Right. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Okay, see you, Jack. We'll carry on with your game.
Well, the thing is, you got to be low enough to get executed first before you can
Yeah,
execute.
no, you need to be
obviously.
low enough to get executed, but the scythe has quite a long range, you have to admit that.
Yeah, but
So there's not much a backup can do. The 3, on the other hand, you can quickly back
Yeah,
off and
I'm
push him
totally
away
high.
once the 3 comes out, and
Yes.
there is a chance you might not get hit
but the
against
back
it.
back
So
off,
Afro
but the back off isn't
has
the
a good
most
point.
important part.
No, it's
like-
the burns, the healing.
Not only that, but I also built very tanky. I went double defense, I believe.
Okay.
Which helped a lot because I went higher than Yumi in line, because he was building very basic attack focused. And then I
I'm
also
guessing you
went...
also got thorns? Question mark.
No, I didn't. I got Wraths under us relics.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, I heard this. Was the final score like 10-4, 9-4, one of the two?
that was on the Hoombats game. That was 10-4.
Oh shit, yeah. And then no, Luke was telling me about game 2. I remember. Sorry, I wasn't watching this match, guys. I was happily eating my dinner, so you know.
Anyway, the back off I used most of the time to get, I kissed him to get in, dropped my boots, and then backed him off, and that would most of the time do enough damage for him to have to stay out of the battle. I was quite lucky that he missed a lot of scythes, otherwise that game could have went differently.
Yeah, I think that is the main issue. With Thanatos, you can have a good Thanatos to be able to dodge, but if you don't hit most of your scythes, you are somewhat screwed because you're not healing as much and you're not doing heavy damage.
Yes.
Your 2 and 3, yeah, okay, does damage, but your 2 and 1 does heavy damage plus heals a great ton. And if you're not healing, you're kind of screwed.
So much to those matches.
Okay, now standard MVP Division 2, which is our next topic, Eddie. You've heard all the games, yeah? You've
Team
heard all the
Cass.
games.
Team Cass.
What, so you think Cass was the MVP?
Team Cass.
You're gonna explain your reasons why?
Well, we did hear that it was a double stomp, and also I gotta support my man. I gotta support my main man, Cass. Obviously, I
I
also
can
got
understand
to
that,
support
but
my
I'm
brother
just- yeah.
Randy. I also got to support my brother Randy, but I talked about this to Randy before in my predictions video I did with him. When push comes to shove, it's gotta be Team Cass. I'm sorry, Randy. You're the MVP of my heart, but for the first round it was Cass.
Okay, well, for my predictions, and this is gonna be completely different, yeah? For my MVP for Division 2, I'm gonna go completely different. I'm gonna actually say Ray.
Okay.
Yes, okay, he lost his games, but no offense, most people did expect Randy to stomp everyone. So to hear that Ray gave Randy 2 good games, yeah, must mean he played exceptionally well. That's all I'm gonna
Well,
say.
but
Yeah,
didn't
Cass
Jack say
Ca-
that Ray gave Randy only one close game and once he got
Yeah,
stumped?
but still, yeah, okay, 1 close game, yeah, and then got stomped. Yeah, Cass gave 2 stomps,
Father
but you have to
time,
just
yeah.
think, out of those 2, Ray was technically the underdog, out of Randy and Ray. If you thought that those 2 were going to come up against, you would expect Randy to stomp both games, yeah?
True.
So the fact that Ray, who's come down from Division 1, probably hurting him somewhat, emotionally, for coming down from Division 1 into Division 2 from relegations, yeah? You just have to think he's playing better in a way.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying. That's my thing. Okay, and after that is the MVP for Div 1, Eddie.
Don't actually know. You say first.
The there's 4 matches. Jay won 2-0, I won 2-0, you won 2-0, and Jojo and Dean drew.
Well, I don't want to sound cocky, but I might want to give it to myself.
If you wanna say you're the MVP, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Simply because I beat aaand without using any warriors, and for me, that's an achievement. So that's why.
See, I'm gonna go quite differently.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm totally
I can either
hot.
give it to 2 people here, yeah?
Mhm.
Like, 3 games, well, let's all agree. 3 games, the 3 people that actually won 2-0, they technically did stomp the other person, or they played a lot better than the other person. You will admit that, yeah?
Mhm.
So honestly, I'm gonna have to give the
Yeah,
MVP
I'm
to
totally
the 2
hot.
people that drew. Dean and Jojo.
Okay.
Because yes, all of us are stomping, but it's like you would like me versus Luke. Most people expected me to win. You versus aaand. Most people would expect aaand to win, but I'm just gonna say after his losing spree and the fact that if he does get slightly angry, he loses it. You would think you would win then, especially as you train new gods now a lot, and aaand plays new gods that he probably hasn't trained as much. So it's hard to put you with the MVP because both of you played really well and you had good matchups where Jojo and Dean, they played 2 great games together and it went really well for them. Okay guys, for the final part we have an announcement, yeah? And Eddie, you haven't heard this yet, but I have.
Okay.
Coast Dazer, not Jack, like Jack's just using Dazer's account,
Mhm.
but Dazer Jones is creating a tournament which will have 4, like draft 4 bands like this, but there is one complete difference that we haven't done.
For Queen and
It's gonna be on Assault.
Okay. That's interesting. Wow, that is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is. Like, we all think 1v1, 4 bands, it's gonna be Joust, isn't it? But no,
ISIS.
it's on the Assault map, on Assault. I'm
Okay.
guessing that means it's gonna be like, we both ban 2 gods and we'll get a random god, I think.
No. It's still gonna be draft for bans then. Because you can't
Oh, yeah, no.
ban and then random.
What am I saying? I'm sorry. I'm
ISIS.
fucking up there.
ISIS.
I'm just thinking Assault is where you get a random god, but if it's draft for, but I'm guessing it's just, yeah, it's just the Assault map, so you can't go back up,
ISIS.
you know, unless you die, and there's no buffs. So it basically means you're just going to have to outfarm the other person in the lane and kill them to get higher. So this will prove your great 1v1 skills.
What?
So yeah, that was our announcement. Obviously, give Dazer like a thumbs up for creating this tournament. Give Jack a thumbs up for the league because it's going really well right now. Week 1 went really well. And hopefully the rest of the weeks go as well. Would you agree, Eddie?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Chris, he's been Eddie, Jack's been Jack, but not.
Slap those like buttons if you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.